The thought of actually investing into crypto, buying and selling crypto in 2022 can seem overwhelming because when you talk to anyone about Bitcoin or Ethereum or anything like that, they make it very complicated. In this video, what I'm going to show you is the easiest way that you can go from your bank account, get the money out of there, get it into an exchange in Australia, and then be able to actually invest into cryptocurrency, which I think is going to revolutionize the next 5 to 10 years, the financing world, as well as many industries. If you are interested, keep watching. Hey guys, my name is Ravi and welcome back to Personal Finance with Ravi Sharma. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button because I talk about real estate, cryptocurrency, and financial freedom. Now in this video, I want to show you a step-by-step tutorial of how to get started in cryptocurrency. Whether that's buying, whether that's dollar cost averaging, whether that's selling, and at the end of this video, I'm also going to share with you exactly how I earn passive income so I can continue doing my business, continue making YouTube videos for yourself, and have the crypto there, make what it needs to make from a cash flow perspective, but also appreciate over time. Now, it's no secret, everyone's been talking about crypto and it seems like it's getting more and more media coverage, whether that's great news or bad news. What I need you to focus on is before you sort of go, well, I'm only investing into traditional assets like real estate, shares, ETFs, and I don't really want to touch cryptocurrency, I urge you to just keep an open mind. There's so many people that message me and go,
you're talking about crypto again, man. I don't want to know about this shit. You talk about NFTs, that's all a scam.
I want you to keep an open mind because at some point there was also an industry that you never wanted to hear about. If we just look back 10, 15 years ago from now, let's just look at some of the biggest businesses. If I told you that you were going to do all of your online shopping through this one website, 20 years ago, you would have said I was crazy. But now we all sit there on eBay or Amazon and we do all of our shopping there. If there was a search engine where you could literally ask anything you wanted to and it existed to give you all the answers instantly, you would have thought 20 years ago.
That's ludicrous. That's silly. Why would anyone be able to do that?
Well, that's where Google is. And now being able to go and make these videos for you on YouTube and to be making an income where there's many people on YouTube actually earning a full-time income, 10 years ago, that concept is out of this world. So I want you to keep an open mind because I think there are so many things that are happening in this space that there could be just your next career, could be the next product or service that you build, which really requires you to understand how the basics of crypto work. But if you are someone that sort of goes, I want some exposure to crypto, but I don't really know how to get started, and that's been a barrier to entry, this video is going to change it up for you. Let's jump into my screen right now. If you have been following the channel for a while, you know that my preferred exchange here in Australia is CoinSpot. And the quickest reason for that is because it's been around for the longest, it's had no issues with hacking, and it allows me to go in and interact with my bank account without having delays or the bank flagging things like,
hey, it's a scam and you shouldn't be putting your money in or putting it on hold.
I want to be able to go in, take out my money, withdraw it, deposit, and earn passive income all in the same exchange. This is where I do it. So I'm going to leave a link in the description below where you can get $10 of free Bitcoin through the affiliate link, but I'm also going to show you exactly how you can dollar cost average, have it all set up, and then be able to actually earn income as well. So if this is the first time you're looking at this, it might seem overwhelming. CoinSpot is definitely the easiest to get started with, and that's exactly what I used to actually get started in 2018, and I haven't left. So over here in buy and sell, we can see all of the cryptos that are available, and there's over 300 assets here on CoinSpot. So to have all of that in the same place means that I can take advantage of different coins, different assets that I believe are going to have a big run up, or at least that I invest into the future of this company. So if you go through and you were to actually go and buy something, so let's say we go and buy Sandbox, which is a metaverse token, you'll actually see the cost of the actual asset, but then you can also see how much it's gone up by or down by in the last 24 hours. And it also gives you the option of inputting how much you want to buy. So if I wanted to buy $1,000 worth, it will now adjust and it shows that I will be buying 142 SAND tokens. In this account at the moment, I have 0 Australian dollars available, so I can't actually go and purchase anything. It's going to tell me that I don't have enough there. But it tells you what the fee is, which is 1%, very competitive, and you've got the total amount that's going to go out. Now, once you've purchased that, that's going to appear in your wallet. But a couple of things here are very important. Now, you can buy and you can sell directly here. You can also go and swap SAND tokens. What that means is that if I want to sell my SAND token for Australian dollars, I could just sell it. But if I felt like I wanted to now diversify, I've got SAND and I want to go into, say, something like Ethereum, I can put in here how much of the SAND tokens I want to sell, and I can then swap it for Ethereum. And that's what the conversion comes to. I can then swap it, and that takes my SAND tokens straight to Ethereum rather than going from SAND to Australian dollars into Ethereum. So it does definitely save you some fees there as well. But it's important to note that when it comes to tax obligations, you've obviously got to consider that every time you swap, buy and sell, they're all taxable events, right? So just keep that in mind when you're actually going through and purchasing things. I know that people sometimes get trigger happy. They're like,
I can swap this for this and then I can sell, buy, sell.
And what you're going to realize is that you're left at the end with a really big tax surprise. So definitely talk to an accountant before you're going to get started with crypto. But one of the ways that you can minimize tax is by actually having it operate under a company. So again, you need to look and see if this is viable for you. But if you wanted to do that and set up a company, or you actually wanted to buy under your self-managed super fund, you can do all of that with CoinSpot. And I do have a video dedicated to setting it up with self-managed super fund as well as your company. So I'm going to link that in the description below as well. Now, an important feature here is reoccurring buy. This is where if you really looked at a dollar cost averaging method, which a lot of you guys may use for already ETFs, you want to have it sit there and just keep buying in the background without you actually having to think about it. And this is where reoccurring buy can actually make a difference. If you go here and let's say we want to reoccur our buy or dollar cost average into Ethereum, I can say what date I want to start. I can then have the frequency as well as how much I actually want to buy. And then that'll give me a preview of the reoccurring buy. I can then confirm, and that's where my bank is going to talk to CoinSpot, be able to make that transaction, and then on CoinSpot, it's going to be able to go and continue to dollar cost average in. So this is something that I think is very useful, especially if you are not too interested in looking at charts and viewing, price action every single day. If you have a job and you want to focus on other things, then definitely have something like this set up. It's all in the background and it continues doing what it needs to do. Now, in addition to that, what you can also do is stake your crypto on CoinSpot. What does staking mean? Well, it's essentially going, I'm putting it in as a term deposit like you would in a bank, whereas in a bank, you would probably earn less than 1%. Here, you can earn as much as 19% depending on what cryptos you're actually in. So I'm gonna leave a link in the description below to a video that I dedicated to passive income with CoinSpot. And that's where I think you're gonna find a lot of value, where I'm not only showing CoinSpot, but another avenue for you to actually get started with earning that passive income. Now, the other place that you may consider actually purchasing from is CoinSpot bundles. This is pretty much like the ETF version of buying crypto. This is where if you go through and you see the bundles that are available, it allows you to almost diversify your purchases without actually having to do too much research. So instead of going out and saying, oh, look, maybe this particular token's absolutely going to take off, it's the best one in the metaverse plays, or this might be the best one in the DeFi space. Instead of that, you may want to take out the guesswork and go, I'm just going to go and buy a bundle, and it's almost going to become like an index fund for when I'm purchasing my crypto. So if we looked at something like NFT bundle, obviously NFTs are taking off at the moment, I would just go here and buy. Now, what this does is it showcases all of the tokens that have been pulled together as part of an index for the NFTs on CoinSpot. And this makes it a lot easier for me to go in, have exposure to different types of industries within cryptocurrency without actually having to do too much work. And you've got all the coins here with the percentage, and it does make that process a lot easier. So if I wanted to buy $1,000 worth, it would then go and allocate how much it would be in each of those tokens and then goes and purchases that. Now, all of this would then appear in your wallet section, and you can just keep monitoring it if you want. And if a barrier to entry was really about, I don't know how to read charts, this is a completely new industry, asset type, I don't know what I'm doing here, this is probably the easiest way you're gonna get started and get exposure. I found, for me personally, I need to have some money in for me to actually pay attention to what's happening in the market so I can learn, and curiosity really kicks in at that point. And it's a very similar thing for me with NFTs. I'll have a link in the description below and a video that pops up here for an NFT video that I've recently made, as well as how to get started with NFTs. So with NFTs, I had no interest in knowing what they were until I bought my first one. After I bought my first one, that curiosity kicked in and I wanted to learn exactly what happens. On this channel, obviously I focus on traditional finance like real estate, and I talk about the Australian economy, but it's very important to keep your eyes wide open and ears open for knowing what is around the corner. I totally believe that in the next 5 to 10 years, we have something changing in this environment with traditional finance. Now, could I be wrong? Yes, definitely. But I bet on smart people. I look at where the new money's going in, and I believe that it's going in with cryptocurrency and NFTs. So it'd be stupid for me not to actually look into those things. I would suggest if you are getting started, don't take any of this as financial advice. Go and get educated. Use my videos. I've got a playlist as well for cryptocurrency, and actually go out there and deep dive with 20 to to 30 hours of research before you actually execute. If you are interested in more content like this and daily updates, then I've got the Patreon community. There's a link in the description below. This is where I talk about NFTs, crypto, real estate, the Australian economy, and how I'm actually navigating this year of 2022. So if you are interested, definitely join the premium Patreon group, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks, guys.